If there's deals going on any of the gear I'm about to talk about, you will be doing yourself a huge disservice if you don't even think about getting one of these or anything else that I'm going to be talking about. First off, this is from Ulanzi, this portable handheld tripod. It is flexible. This is my go-to for any camera. I put in my FX3, my ZV-E1, and my Osmo Pocket 3 on it. Now, the clever thing about this is, and this is where the value is, besides these legs, which I have abused the heck out of these, and they absolutely are animal, and they can wrap around everything, is the mount, okay? It's not a bog standard 1/4 inch tread mount. Nope, not at all. It is something very, very different. It's an F38 mount from Falcon. As you can see, it's absolutely tiny. It's an ingenious mount. In fact, I've changed all my camera gear over to this little mount, and it's simple as sliding on, and that's it. It's in, it's done, it's ready to go. It's not going to fall off. There's a little button at the side that, done. Super easy, no more screwing things in. This just works. And that whole F38 mount system from Falcon and Ulanzi is superb. Even if you don't go for a handheld tripod, definitely take a look at the mount. All of my cameras right now are using this mount. It's just that damn good, and it's just one less thing to worry about. If you just press a button and pull something out, boom, Bob's your uncle. Let's not even get into the uncles thing. But this Ulanzi handheld tripod has been probably one of the most used pieces of gear I've had this year. Next up is this SD card reader from Anker. I know you're like, an SD card reader? Surely that can't be, worth looking at. Well, this one is very, very special. It's magnetic, okay? The back, magnetic pouch, case, top, cover. And you can put in your SD card just like that very easily. And it'll even take the tiny little micro SD as well. So when you're out and about, you can get your cards in, put this back on if you want, and plug that into your computer and get super fast download speeds to get your footage off of your SD cards. Except, not only does it do that, it plugs into something like the iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Pro Max, basically any camera that's got USB-C and has the ability to see this as a drive. So you can record Apple ProRes log directly onto the cards in this. I've got a full video on this, by the way. You can check it out in the description. This thing is absolutely ingenious, and it gets better because this, the back of it, is MagSafe, which means it goes onto the back of your phone. Super portable, super, super cheap. This is definitely one of the cleverest pieces of gear that I've seen for 2024. Even if there's not a deal going, this is definitely worth looking at. Next up, if you're a mobile shooter, you are going to want to check this out. This has been the year for some ingenious mobile phone cages if you're a mobile shooter. Small Rig had a great collab with Brandon Lee. Freewell took it up just a notch with a little bit of extra functionality. This is this Freewell phone cage. Besides the fact that you've got your lens mount here, you have these arms which come off. And you can reposition them just simply by holding in the little button, getting them onto the assigned kind of clasps. Boom, on they go. You can change them really, really quickly. This thing is absolutely insane. It just works. Now, the other thing here is there's so much functionality in this. Besides, there's a hard drive cage here. It's an extra. There's also a Bluetooth remote control, which is good if you're kind of, shooting on the bit of distance between you, or you can just have it up here. It's kind of quite natural. It fits into the hand. But not only that, this, for example, little selfie stick. Genius. 1/4 inch thread also screws on. Then the other part here, it's the little things. Besides, you've got a little bit of a cold shoe mount here. Then you can just unscrew this a little bit and you can take it out. It's ingenious. Tiny little tripod if needs be, and for whatever reason, let's just say you wanted to put a tripod on the desk. 1/4 inch, in seconds. Done. It is absolutely superb. It is very rugged. All of these are kind of hard metal, so this thing is gonna take a an absolute pounding. The only thing I don't really like about it is the yellow kind of writing all over the place. I know it's a little bit more kind of funky and industrial, but maybe that's just me. But this Freewell cage is, this one specifically for the 15 Pro Max, but they have loads of other options, so definitely worth taking a look. Plus, these little things up here goes from complete 360. So if you have a mic and it's pointing at you and you want to point it to your subject, boom. Definitely in this video, we've got a trend of things to kind of keep us on the go. This is an SD card holder. It will hold SD cards, it will hold nano SIMs, it will also hold micro SD cards. And not only that, it's an SD card reader, because in here, we've got that magic USB-C, which is super fast. And again, kind of like the Anchor one, this will not allow you to record onto it directly, but if you've got a lot of SD cards, this is the way to bring it. It's super metally, it comes with a little carabiner, and yeah, this SD card reader, there's a whole lot of these types of ones out there. If there's a deal on this, definitely just throw this into the bag. No more lost SD cards. Ain't that right, Vic? We won't go into that here. But yeah, I found this super useful. It's always in the bag. Something else that's also in the bag, and before you go, this is overkill. It kind of is overkill, I guess, but I always will have a camera cloth in my bag. But when you've got dust on a sensor, you can't use a camera cloth to get it out. You can use something like this. This blower from Nightcore. Sorry if you were listening. No, I mean, serious wallop inside here. And I have this in the bag all the time. It's charged via USB-C. Little brush in there as well, so you clean the lens. But if there's dust on your sensor, you just want to give your sensor a clean. Boom, this is the way to do it. And it's good to get dust out of all interesting places as well. Little bit overkill, but if you can get a deal on this, absolutely worth considering in my book. That's this blower from Nightcore. One of the most important things when you're out and about is having enough batteries. But what happens when your 2 or 3 batteries that you have for the day are completely flat? Well, you need extra juice. You can have USB power banks. I find those work perfectly well. But when you need a little bit of extra oomph, or if you want something to run a monitor and your camera or something else entirely, this is a V-mount battery from SmallRig. This is the Mini 99, super useful. You've got a D-tap. If you have a D-tap device, basically I use the D-tap to run monitors. Powers that. You have USB-C, you have USB-A, you've got your V-mount battery mount at the back. You also have an 8-volt out and a 12-volt out as well. This thing has saved me, I don't know how many times. Now, you don't have to buy a V-mount kind of plate as well. You can just screw it on here, or what I do a lot of the time is just leave it there. For example, last night I charged my Razor off of this just because it was convenient here. And this thing charges incredibly fast. I charged this to 100%, I guess, in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Last night, just plugged into a laptop charger, USB-C, boom, off it went, like Max Verstappen winning the 4th World Championship. So yeah, definitely worth taking a look at something like this, because you'll eventually start running out of battery packs. This thing will go forever. It's absolutely ginormous, and personally I love it. Even if there's no deal, this is definitely worth considering. Something else that is worth considering, deal or no deal, is better audio. And if you've got bad audio, then people will switch off your videos a lot quicker than if you have bad video, because as I always say, people watch your videos with their ears. So scratchy audio, it's like, oh, my brain is going to explode. One of the cheapest and best pieces of gear this year, audio-wise, is from Ulanzi. This little wireless lav mic set. This thing, that sticks in your camera. You get 2 of these, so one on you or one on somebody else. Nice case. You charge the whole thing via USB-C. But on these, right, yeah, there's a little button here, and if you press it, there's a red light comes on. What does that red light do? it records directly onto this. So not only are you recording into your camera if you want, but you can just record directly onto this and sync it up later. It's super fail safe. Now, the audio quality in this is phenomenally good. Is it as good as one of the more expensive Rode Wireless Pros that I'm using right now? No, but it's pretty damn close.
But this gives you a good idea of how the audio from this very cheap mic system sounds. And before we do anything else, let me know in the comments, do you think this audio is good or bad for $100? Now, I wonder, can you hear me when I'm walking away with my back to the receiver? Probably not, but you never know. Here we are now.
Either way, the price of this is one of the most commented videos I had this year. This Ulanzi AM18 mic kit. It's stupidly priced. I don't know how Ulanzi are making any money on this. If I were to buy a mic kit in the morning and I was really conscious of budget, or even not, this is what I would use, without a doubt. It's phenomenally good value. And if there's a deal, without hesitation, if you want better audio, this is the way to do it. Something else that's insanely good, I feel, it is very expensive, is this Rode mount. Now, I've got it set up with another one of these F38 systems. So let me put this on here for you. I know you're looking at this going, what the heck is this? So all it basically is a mount system for your phone. So let me take my iPhone here. That's it. It is super useful. I don't know how many times this has been helpful to me just by, you know, getting it and just using it. It just works, right? Now, I know people were at the time going, Vic, this is really expensive for arguably what is just a bunch of magnets. And I'll agree, it is expensive. That's why I would be saying if you can find a deal on this, and if you're a mobile shooter and the cage thing don't float your boat, this will get you out of a bind hugely. It's got two cold shoe mounts, so you can put a mic or a light or whatever the case may be. As I said, without a doubt, it's pricey. Rode stuff is incredibly well built. So this isn't going to break anytime soon. FX3 over there. But keep in mind that something like this, it's just useful. I'm sure there's probably cheaper versions out there of this at this stage. It's just MagSafe. It just works. And these things can come out eventually because they're pretty strong, and you can reconfigure any way that you want. Osmo Pocket, people, just one last thing. Because I know we've done a lot of Osmo Pocket 3 videos on the YouTube channel, and thank you for watching and subscribing. Freewell usually have some deals going on. There is a couple of options that they have. They have the anamorphic lens mount, which is great for the Osmo Pocket 3. Personally, I don't like it because it's only like it's not proper anamorphic. It's not like a 1.5 or a 2x or whatever, but all magnetic, just works. But in this case is what you should be really thinking about. And I'm not talking about the anamorphic. I'm not talking about the other ND filters that will come with it, but I am talking about the macro lens. And also something else that's worth considering is the ultra wide angle lens. Again, all of these literally just, I got the right way. All of these literally just pop on, and that's it. And now all that's left to do is for you to go off and see about getting these deals. I've left links to the description, everything I've spoken about, and we will see you on the next video. In the meantime though, the YouTube gods recommend you would really like this video based off the stuff that you like. And I'll see you on the next one. And until then, that's it.